Okay. Let's crack on and have a bloody live stream, shall we? Ooh, fuck, it tingles, that does tingle. God damn. Hello, humans. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. My podcast. This is my desperate need for attention, and my name's Bodach, and I was exiled here on Earth, framed for a crime I didn't commit. But that's a story for another day. This is my thing. I ramble, I chit chat, I fight technical glitches. I've probably been neuralized by the Men in Black multiple times, considering there's not a rabbit hole I won't go down. I wear my tinfoil hat with pride, never shy of speaking my mind. Join me! Help me. Enable my bad choices. Maybe then I will finally finish a fucking computer game. I keep swearing. You can't swear in the first couple of minutes. Anyway, I live in a castle. It's not mine, I don't know who owns it. Never met them. But I've been here for years. No one checks. My man cave is here. And I've got my own gym. And there's this weird mirror down in the basement that shows me memes. That's pretty cool. And I host my own talk show. That's where I invite guests on for a chinwag. And I host the quiz show, Silly Sausages. And sometimes I try a bit of open mic comedy down there. Local comedy club. I also have the honour of being a regular guest speaker at the Institute of Science, Means, Entertainment and Gaming, which is where we're going to go later. You will find my previous Smeg Talks on all my channels. I'm not alone. My mate Jasper is behind the scenes. He hides things from my world, but the less you know about that, the better. Jasper is my producer. He's my editor. He's my security. He's my driver. He's my cook. He's my secret Santa, and he's my drug dealer. Great guy. I stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. I don't stream on X and Facebook anymore because both those platforms are run by morons. I stream on Rumble, which is where I really, really want you to follow me. I've got less than 200 followers, and I'm already on 2 strikes on YouTube. This channel's not going to last long. I do speak my mind, and Rumble will be the only place you will find me in the future. So if you like the show, please, for the love of God, follow me over there. Follow me on Rumble. You can also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, BitChute, and Odyssey. And you can head to the Bodach Show, Bodach.show. That's my website, built it myself. That'll give you the links to all my stuff. And I would really appreciate it if you subbed and followed me on every platform that you got accounts for. It really would help. But yeah, and also feel free to clip anything. Feel free to clip and share anything on the show. I don't care. Anyway, enjoy. And let's. Okay, let me just figure out my buttons. Let's see if we can do this without a glitch. Flippin' spatulas, hello. Hello, my love. Well, anyway, what's on the show? Bodach.show, that's the website. I'll let you know where you can find me. We've got a Smeg Talk. We're just going to cover some news articles, the unhinged news articles, suggesting that everything, and I mean everything, is racist. We've got some knowledgeable fisticuffs. We're going to get into some conspiracies, hopefully, later. And we've got the Rego thing. We need to talk about the Rego thing later. Definitely going. Can you borrow Jasper? No, you bloody can't. He's mine. He's mine. But yeah, Rego clip farming. Oh, we ain't got a 4th one. Yeah, so everything's racist. We'll start with that. I've been collecting some. Well, I've actually just scraped them from Twitter, but yeah, this should be interesting. Anyway, enjoy the show. here today to speak to you about an alarming trend, and that is the media's fascination with things being racist. We're just going to rattle through them. There's a lot to get through. This talk merely aims to provoke the question, is everything racist? I'll give you an example. Number one, Deadspin writer calls for the Masters golf tournament to change its racist name. So apparently you can't call something a master, because when you hear anyone say the Masters, you think of the slave masters in the South, apparently. When someone says master, I'm not going to lie. For me, it's a sex thing. But I'm going to move on. Next, do you think chess is racist? Of course, you've got a black team and a white team. Of course it's racist. Chess is racist. For God's sake! Black Lives Matter activist Sean King says statues of Jesus should be torn down because they are white supremacy. Jesus is racist. From master bedroom to blacklist, what will it take to change racist terms in our everyday language? The master bedroom. Like, black people can have a master bedroom as well. Like, it's not like they buy a house and it's like, here's the master bedroom, and the black guy's like, oh, the what? Bedrooms are racist. What else we got? Band-Aid launches new range of diverse skin tone bandages. Bandages are racist. What else we got? Uncle Ben's rice firm to scrap brand image of black farmer because rice is racist. Everything's racist. Orcs in the Lord of the Rings show Tolkien was racist. Imaginary mythical creatures are racist. Everything's racist. If coronavirus doesn't discriminate, how come black people are being the brunt? COVID is racist. Everything's racist. The Simpsons will no longer cast white actors in non-white role. Family Guy's Cleveland steps down. Okay, The Simpsons is racist. Everything's racist. Calls to remove racist Gandhi statue in Leicester. Asian people are racist. Like, Gandhi? A petition to remove a statue of Gandhi in Leicester has received nearly 5,000 signatures. Because nothing screams anti-racism like pulling down statues of brown people. Fucking hell. Everything's racist. Cow's milk has long been a symbol used by white supremacists. One more reason to ditch dairy, because milk is racist. How dare that cow's milk be white? It should be brown. I do like chocolate milk, but that's racist. Want to tear down insidious monuments to racism and segregation. Bulldoze LA freeways. That's right. Motorways are racist. The Winston Churchill bust is black. How dare it? It's cultural appropriation. UK nurses, COVID-19 hacker slanders cultural appropriation. Nurses are racist. I think there's like 80 of these. L'Oreal to remove words like whitening from skincare products because pharmaceuticals are racist. Everything's racist. I think I've skipped one by accident. Land O'Lakes replaces Native American woman logo. Touts farmer-owned credentials instead. Because Native Americans are racist. What the fuck is that about? Oxford students vote to replace clapping with silent jazz hands. Oh, that's not really a racist one. That's just someone being a fucking idiot. Anyway, is math racist? New course outlines prompt conversations about identity race in Seattle classrooms because mathematics is racist. What's 2 plus 2? It equals racist. 2 plus 2 equals racist, cunt. Everything's racist. I can't do this 80 times. Front lawns are catastrophic environmentally yet are prized as a symbol of the white racist suburban dream. This is about a larger issue. Because houses and nice areas are racist. Who gets to determine how space is used? How are laws that control how space can be used and means of forcing white norms onto non-white people? So, I think what she's getting at is that black people feel compelled to mow their grass due to white supremacy. Everything's right. Almost about. You see how unhinged it is? Ex-MP Fiona Onasanya attacks Kellogg's cereal box racism. Oh my god. What's racist? The monkey and the elves feature on boxes of Kellogg's breakfast food. So monkeys and elves are racist. Fucking hell. Your strange crush on Missy Sunak could actually be a racist fetish. Finding brown people attractive is racist. I've got a problem. So non-white people don't like green spaces. Apparently so. Apparently a nicely mowed lawn is a symbol of white supremacy. Colgate to review historically racist toothpaste brand Darlie. The company will reportedly review and evolve the brand, which was known as Darky until 1989. I shouldn't laugh. Sorry. Bodach is racist. Fucking. All right, fair enough. You can't really call stuff darky. It's a bit weird. So, the racist history of soap. Soap is racist. Everything's racist. White silence is compliance. The role of white people in the Black Lives Matter movement. Not being racist is racist. The best white statement to make right now might be to shut up and listen. If white people talk, it's racist. My god, like everything's racist. I'm trying to figure what isn't racist. Eskimo pies to drop derogatory name over racial insensitivity. We can't call them Eskimos. We can't call them Eskimos. Eskimos. What the fuck's wrong with Eskimo? That's not a derogatory term. Imagine that's Eskimo. Imagine some right-wing skinhead coming at you. Go, come here. What you looking at, Eskimo? What you looking at, Eskimo? Are you gonna say? Is there anyone out there that's gonna be sitting there like, hang on, why the fuck are you calling me an Eskimo? How dare you? How dare you? What do we call them? Snow people? I think you call them Inuits. You know what I mean? If someone was like, oi, Bodach, you fucking Eskimo. I'm not gonna lie. I'll just be confused rather than upset and offended. Fucking Eskimos are getting in on the fucking Victim Olympics. Fucking Eskimos are jumping in the Victim Olympics. Can you believe it? The unbearable whiteness of hiking and how to solve it. The unbearable whiteness of hiking and how to solve it. Going for a hike is racist. Jesus Christ. People of colour experience climate grief more deeply than white people. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Climate change targets people of colour. But at least the white people are going to be alright then. We are not only disproportionately affected by the climate crisis, but we carry a pain that comes from a long history of racial terror. Racial terror. That's right. That's right. That's right, chat. Climate change triggers flashbacks of traumatic experiences in people of colour, apparently. Climate change triggers a PTSD response. Every time you mention climate change, a black person shivers at the thought of slavery 200 years ago. My God, they fucking hell. This is the media. This is the media, but I'm doing this to just highlight how fucking unhinged the media are. Hulu removes Golden Girls episodes with blackface scene. I've never understood why blackface became a thing. Like, why is it racist to paint your face in a colour? Like, so the Golden Girls are racist. Opinion. what the white supremacist roots of biological sex reveal about transphobic feminism. Yep. It's relentless. It goes on and on. Be mindful of opening up meetings and interactions with questions like, how are you? Or how was your weekend? Recognize that by doing so, you can potentially be re-triggering what your black colleagues are experiencing or dismissing their experience by pretending all is normal. It's not and hasn't been for a long time. So, next time you go to work, you need to basically, this is just typical of the media and their bigotry or low expectations. People of colour can't possibly have a nice weekend. They can't possibly have a nice weekend. They're such victims. They're so oppressed. How could they possibly have a nice week? How dare you arrive to work and be like, hey, how was your weekend? Triggering their flashbacks of some traumatic. They're just going home and having a fucking weekend, mate. They're no different. People of colour do the same shit the rest of us do. They go home and do what they want. They relax. Some of them go out. Some of them go shopping. Jesus fucking, be careful you don't upset people asking them if they've had a nice fucking weekend. I'm getting annoyed now. Oscars announced new diversity and inclusion plans. This was in 2020, so we've seen what's happened to their ratings since then. The Golden Globes did the same thing, and it's no longer televised. It's no longer televised because the audience is so fucking small, the network literally can't monetize it to make money. It loses the money. So the Golden Globes is now a unbroadcast ceremony, and the Oscars will soon be that way. Honest to fucking God. Oscars announcer. Just focus on the merits. Just focus on merits. They really do think people of colour are just the bigotry of low expectations. The knitting community is reckoning with racism. Apparently knitting is racist. Fibre artists of colour are taking to Instagram stories to call out instances of prejudice and to try and shape a more inclusive future. It goes on and on. It's relentless. This is the world we live in. The craft beer industry as a diversity problem. An alleged racial profiling incident at an Angry Orchard farm in New York has prompted talk about the lack of diversity in the craft beer industry. There's nothing stopping people of colour getting into it. This is retarded. Of course there's a lack of people of colour because it's Western culture. It's Western culture. Why aren't we discussing the lack of white people in the kitchen at Indian restaurants? There's not that many white people working at Indian restaurants because that's their culture. Craft ales is a Western sort of Anglo-Saxon kind of culture. Of course there's not as many diversity. Of course it's not got as much diversity. Oh, god damn. Madness. The world is losing the fucking plot. The unbearable whiteness of cycling. Cycling's racist. Minorities in the US breathe in more air pollution caused by white people. Black and Hispanic people are disproportionately exposed to air pollution produced by white people, a study analysing personal consumption has found. Okay, so they're blaming white people for fucking climate change now. Jesus fucking Christ. I blame the Chinese myself, because considering how many, what is it, they once a week a brand new coal power plant goes live over there. Well, we're committing economic and cultural suicide in these unhinged agendas, trying to get to carbon neutral when the United Kingdom, for example, produces 2% of the world's emissions, yet China are literally pumping out a new coal station once a week. They build more coal power plants than we shut down, and we're still going fucking head first into this. UW students petition to remove Abraham Lincoln statue because apparently he's racist. So I should read it all. I'm getting annoyed. Statue is an everyday reminder that these students really don't belong here. Black Student Union president says. Abraham Lincoln is the president that freed the slaves in the United States, you fucking moron. He should be idolized. Fucking idiots. While Dwayne Fields found solace in the landscapes of the UK and beyond, many in black, Asian and minority ethnic groups see the countryside as being a white environment. Go for a fucking walk, mate. You do what you want. The white people aren't going to be like, oh, hang on. What's a brown person doing out here? What do they think? Just go for a fucking walk and enjoy the scenery, you morons. Despite what you might have learned at school, many suffragettes were also working to advance white power. Actually, this one's true. The suffragettes were actually like ultra racist, and they were terrorists, and they didn't actually have public support. They were the minority. They were extremists because women didn't want the vote. Because the vote came at the time, the vote came with responsibilities like being eligible for the draft and shit. Meaning, and I think I agree with that. Why should you get to vote if you're not liable to then go and fight for the consequences of your vote? The men have to deal with the consequences of the vote, but the women don't. So they got to cherry pick. Privileged. That is, when you ever hear someone talk about abortion, they go, "Oh my God, there's no law that has control over a man's body." And when they talk about abortion, there's no law that takes control. Yes, there is. It's called the draft. It's called the draft. That happens when the country goes to war and the army's not enough, and they have to just start telling men you're going to war. And you've got two choices: you go to prison or you go to war. There's no third option. That's a law that takes control of a man's body. Racist fish. Fucking hell. God damn, I've queued up way too many. This is going on too long. I thought I could rattle through these quicker. Calls for a redesign of royal honour. Calls for redesign of royal honour over offensive image. Petition says image of St. Michael standing on Satan is reminiscent of George Floyd killing. I'm just going to put it out there. If you've got the opportunity to kill the Satan, I don't think it matters if it reminds you of George Floyd. If you've got the opportunity to kill Hitler, I don't think it matters if it reminds you of George Floyd. You've got the personification of evil under your boot. Satan. I don't care if that reminds you of George Floyd. I'm stamping on Satan's head. It's fucking Satan. Links earthquake signs in Oregon to white supremacy. Earthquakes are racist. For black families like ours, hypertension is often as inescapable as death, taxes, and racism. Big fast food won't talk about the sodium killing black customers. Salt is racist. Aunt Jemima brand to change name, remove image that Quaker says is based on a racial stereotype. We recognize Aunt Jemima's origins are based on a racial stereotype. Quaker Oats said, adding that the move is an effort towards progress on racial... This is unhinged. This is unhinged. Asians have got a stereotype for curry. White people got a stereotype for fucking bland food and potatoes. Yeah, oh my God. The unintentional racism found in traffic signals. Traffic lights are racist. Is classical music racist? Author and screenwriter Candice Allen has sparked a row after claiming that the British classical music word is racist. Classical music's racist. What? Racism is built into KY horse racing history. Is industry ready to address injustice? Horse riding is racist. Everything's racist. Sorry, white people, but trying too hard not to be racist is low-key kind of racist. Not being racist is racist. White women obsession with being nice is one of the most dangerous tools of white supremacy. Nice people are racist. The whiteness of Toy Story 4. Pixar's racist. Mary Poppins and Nanny's shameful flirting with blackface. Mary Poppins is racist. Drop the term Anglo-Saxon as it is bound up in white supremacy, say academics. That's what they were. Jogging has always excluded black people. Born in Lillywhite, Oregon, it's a sport that's long claimed to be for everyone, even as African American joggers have been persistently subjected to harassment and worse. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. And I'm not being funny. Black people are really good at running. They win all the medals. They win all the medals. They dominate all the sports. Black people are always running around. If anything, black people run around more than white people. On average, is way more athletic black people per capita. Jogging doesn't exclude black people in the fucking slightest. What unhinged fucking nonsense. We need to talk about digital blackface in reaction GIFs. This is unhinged. Episode of British icon Fawlty Towers is pulled for racist content. For those in my comments who don't seem to know, so-called trad wives are white supremacist women who devote themselves to domestic duties in the service of perpetuating the white race. It is a dog whistle meant to sound less white supremacist than it is. Being a traditional housewife is racist. That's what a trad wife is. A trad wife is a woman traditional. It's a traditional person. That's a woman who says, you know what? I don't really care about a career. I want to have a family, and I want to have a good. I want to actually take care of my husband, get married, and be a wife. That's white supremacy. Lake District must change to attract more diverse visitors. I went to the Lake District recently, and there were plenty of foreigners there. Fucking unhinged nonsense. Director of Science is time to decolonize botanical collections. Flowers are racist. Women have always been a part of white supremacy. It goes on and on and on and on and on. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, are they racist? The climate movement is overwhelmingly white, so I walked away. Yeah, climate activism is racist. Science curricula must be decolonized too. Exploring the often unsavory history behind many significant advances can be enlightening and empowering for students. So basically, anything that was discovered by a white person, we've got to pretend it didn't happen. Madness. Can dogs be racist? No. Library collections continue to promote and proliferate whiteness with their very existence, and the fact that they are physically taking up space in our libraries. Yeah, there we go. Libraries are racist. It goes on and on and on. Western philosophy is racist. Academic philosophy in the West ignores and disdains the thought traditions of China, India, and Africa. Learning about history makes you racist. The North American Scrabble Players Association is prepared to vote this week to ban more than 200 offensive words from its official lexicon for judging in tournaments. Yep, that's racist as well. The racist roots of fighting obesity. Yep, getting in shape's racist. How to decolonize your Yoda practice. Yep, yoga is racist. Oh God, I can't pronounce that word. Lady Antebellum announced last month that it would change its band name to Lady A out of respect for black people. The country trio is now suing Anita White, a blues singer who has been using the stage name Lady A for more than 20 years. Unhinged nonsense. Is your sexual desire for black people racist? It's a fucking sexual preference. Everyone's allowed a sexual preference. No one ever says, whatever. It's time the wine industry stopped taking safe stances to keep its primarily white audience comfortable. Fiona Beckett, fucking hell, wine is racist. It goes on and on and on and on. Katy Perry shoes removed from stores over blackface design. Katy Perry shoes are racist. Heaven forbid she gives you a colour range to suit different dresses and outfits. Sexual racism is racism. If you're white and you find yourself writing off an entire ethnic group from your dating or sex life because you can't imagine finding them attractive, recognize this as a learnt behavior which originates in white supremacy. Again, having a sexual preference is racist. Why so many white supremacists are into veganism? Veganism is And Hitler wasn't a vegan. From Hitler to present day National Socialists with YouTube, cooking channels, far right's anti-meat ideology runs surprisingly deep. So veganism is racist, and I'll just point out that Hitler wasn't actually a vegan in the fucking slightest. That was back then. Being a vegetarian and vegan was actually like laughed at. So that's what the British people do. When it came to Napoleon, we said he was short. He was actually average height, but we used to say he was short. We took the piss out of him. Oh, he's a short ass. When it came to Hitler, we were like, oh, he's a fucking vegan. You can't take him seriously. Every time we go to war with a worthy adversary, the British people, we can't help it. That humour comes out. And we spent the war calling him a fucking... We spent the war like, don't worry about Hitler, he's a fucking vegan or vegetarian. It's just Britain. The racist history of tipping. This week, the House of Representatives will vote on the raise the Minimum Wage Act, which would boost the minimum wage across the country to $15 an hour by October. But apparently tipping is racist. From Elvis Presley to Patti Smith and the Stones, rock music is built on racism. Why don't we care? It's not built on racism, that's why we shouldn't care. We cancel young pop stars for the slightest misdemeanor. But what of the old rock stars whose racist diatribes are immortalized in song? Elvis is racist. He might have been racist, actually. I mean, he comes from an era when it was more of a problem. Dr. Seuss books are racist, new study says. Should kids still read them? Yes, kids should read Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss are fucking fantastic kids' books, and they're not racist, it's the fucking slightest. Thomas the Imperialist Tank Engine. Thomas the Tank Engine's racist. This just goes on and on. Why are so many robots white? Study shows there's a racial bias. Robots are racist. Why it was Charles Dickens racist? Probably. Why the Writers' Museum was vandalized over accusations of racism. Dickens is regarded as one of the greatest British authors of all time, but also expressed both racist and xenophobic views in his work. He didn't express racist views. He was xenophobic. And again, being at least a bit xenophobic is probably healthy. If you're absolutely not xenophobic at all, you're not paying attention. Call to rename the White Cliffs of Dover after Black Lives Matter is criticised after moronic and detrimental. It's criticised as moronic and detrimental to fight against racism. The White Cliffs of Dover are racist. How dare the Rock be white? That's it. Fuck me, that was a lot. I didn't expect that to go on for so long, but I wanted to get through it. As you can see, the media are fucking unhinged. They're unhinged. They're obsessed with identity. They're obsessed. They're just obsessed. It's relentless. Everything's racist. Everything's white supremacist. Everything's a victim. Everything's a problem. It's relentless. And it's every single day. I've just shared 80 fucking articles, but there's 80 more every day. And it's consumed every day. And these things are read by AI, who then develop an understanding of humanity through these articles. How is this? You people don't understand the danger that we're in now. Where do they think AI data comes from? It comes from us. It comes from what we produce. It comes from this shit. But anyway, that was Everything is Racist. A Smeg talk by me, Bodach. Ciao. Oh, tingles. That took a while. I got a couple of things to still do tonight. Still got a couple of things to do tonight. I got knowledgeable fisticuffs. And I've also got a request. I'm gonna be calling out help. First, we're going to do knowledgeable fisticuffs. I just need to check something. So I'm going to take a quick break, have a piss, get a drink, and I'll be back with some conspiracies. Oh, okay, right. I'll be back in a minute.
Right lads, this is a message going out to Francie Donald and his sons and the fellas that was in the video there last night.
Uh-oh, you've got on the wrong side of a pikey and the call-out video just arrived. Shit, dude, you're about to get fucked up. I understand this may all seem somewhat confusing, but don't worry, because I'm here to help. Allow me to translate the video into English for you. That way you can fully understand how much you're about to get fucked up.
Right lads, this is a message going out to Francie Donald and his sons and the fellas that was in the video there last night.
Okay, lads, this is a message.
Right lads, this is a message going out to Francie Donald and his sons and the fellas that was in the video there last night.
This is a message. What the fuck is he saying?
Out to Francie Donald and his sons and the fellas that was in the video there last night.
Lads, this is a message. Blah, 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 blah. You're getting fucked up.
Lads, you're seen to keep this argument between my Uncle John and Francie Donald. Boys, we're not allowing that. Francie has 4 sons, John has 1. We are not going to stand back and allow Francie and his sons to attack our Uncle John. We are not going to allow it. So boys, take it whatever fucking way you want. Whatever way you want, we are standing with our uncle. Fuck you.
He said you've upset his Uncle John, and that's why you're getting fucked up.
Listen boys, this is going out to Brown Tongue and the crew we gathered up that it took 3 weeks to get back to us for after a nomination we made. It took you 3 weeks, boys, to get up 15 heads. You're a pack of pussy holes.
Their frustration has been somewhat exacerbated due to the fact they wanted to fuck you up 3 weeks ago.
You said there, boys, that if we label between John and Francie's fellas, 100% we will label between John and Francie's fellas. But let my Uncle John jump for out of jail. You have pressed charges on him, boys, and you're signing his life away trying to get him life in jail because you can't handle him.
Okay, so the plot around Uncle John has developed further. It's a massive contributing factor to their anger.
So you're hardly going to handle what's here or whatever everyone belonging to us. You cannot handle that. You're going up, boys, you've got an upper crowd. We do not give a fuck for the 15 fellas that's in that video.
The anger is likely to prolong as this shit with Uncle John has really, really upset them.
I give a fuck about no one, never mind 15 fellas. I have one yoke, a clip that'll end the 15 fellas was in that video. And if I didn't think you'd bring an army of police, I didn't know what to do.
Your situation is not looking good. If you thought Peter Parker loved Uncle Ben, just you wait until you see how much they love Uncle John. They are gonna fuck you up. Good luck with this. Ciao.
It's not Irish. It's not English.
How are you? Fair, the weather's been kind for the horses, you know.
It's just, well, it's just pikey.
Yeah, Jay? Oh, hello, mate. Fancy bumping into you in the middle of nowhere.
Random, yeah.
Anyway, listen, I'm glad I got you, because I need some advice.
Yeah, far away.
It's about women.
Okay.
Can't seem to get any.
I wish I could help you, but as you can see, I've got plenty in the tank. Anyway, got to shoot. I'll catch up with you another time.
How would you even know if you had it or not? How do you define such a thing, you know? How do you define true love? Some people will say it's in the details, you know, the little things. When you really get to know someone and you start finishing their sentences for them. Ghislaine Maxwell must have really loved Jeffrey Epstein. Hashtag Ghislaine didn't kill herself. Okay, yeah. I googled some others, hang on. Oh, okay, this one, go. Yeah, oh, that was okay. I went to my boss's funeral and I kneeled down next to the coffin and I whispered, "Who's thinking outside the box now?" It's like corporate speak, innit? Like, look at you. I bet you'd like to get the last laugh on your boss. Right? Right? You hate your boss, right? Do you hate your boss? Look at him. Of course he does. Fuck bosses. Fuck bosses. Yeah, he gets it. He gets it. What's that really good one I found earlier? No, it's not that one. Okay, I've got one for you. I've got one. A Canadian, a Russian, and a French guy are sitting around a campfire. The Russian pulls out a bottle of vodka, throws it in the air, draws out his gun, and shoots it. What the hell are you doing? The other two guys ask him. He replies, in Russia, we have so much vodka, we can afford to waste it. The French guy, not to be outdone, he pulls out a bottle of wine, throws it in the air, pulls out his gun, and he shoots it. In France, we have so much wine, we too can afford to waste it, he tells his friends. The Canadian, he wants to join in. I have one, I've got one, he says. The Canadian, with a massive smile on his face, pulls out his gun, takes aim, bang, shoots the French guy. Of course, there's like loads of French people in Canada, innit? Thought that one would land, man. I've got loads of fucking reactions on that guy's page. Do you know what? I'm just gonna say it. As a crowd, you've been shit. I'm delivering gold here, and you're just being a bunch of joyless fucking cunts. Yeah, I said it. Fuck you. Oh, tingles. Hello. Oh. Hello, people. I was just taking a dump. Old man raid. Hello, Betty. How are you? Some you school? A BB Bainey raid. BB Bainey. A BB Bainey raid. What's up? You missed musicals dance. Oh, man. Was there a dance? Tell me about the dance. What dance? I'll watch it. I put his streams on when I work the next day anyway. DJ Aiden. Who's DJ Aiden? Well, Black Betty. That's me on stage. Did Jesse on Fire give you inspiration to do this? I don't know what you mean, Lord Guru. What do you mean? This is Jesse on Fire's exact set. What? I don't get it. What? Sorry, I was oh, whatever. What? I think I've missed something. Yeah, it looks like you in tomatoes. I don't know what the hell you lot are going on about. He does read chat, I promise. Yeah, read chat, jump scare. This is my favourite YouTuber in the TV. Oh yeah, Rigo. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I want to do a presentation on Rigo. But I need help. I need clips of Rigo, of any clips you've got, right? If you've got any clips of Rigo just being, you know, Rigo. I've set up a special section in my Discord channel, and it's called Rigo Clips. If you go to the Bodach.show, there you'll get the invite link for my Discord. If you do have any clips and you want to share them with me, go on my Discord and upload them there, and I will use them hopefully to produce a breakdown, a nice smeggy talk, going into all the weird stuff Rigo does. So yeah, please, by all means, go to the Bodach.show. There you'll find the invite to my Discord server, and when you're there, feel free to shove any Rigo clips. I'll work through them, and eventually I will, you know, dig in and break it down and make my video on Rigo. But anyway, let's move on. I've got some conspiracies.
Knowledgeable fisticuffs. Tomorrow's news. In 2 days from today.
Hello. If you are watching this, you are part of the BKWA. That stands for Bodach's Keyboard Warrior Army. Bakwa. That's what it says. Bakwa. Fighting lies, tyranny, and corruption, one meme at a time. Legacy media is dying, my friends, and memes are now the world's #3 news source, behind Elon Musk's X and Chuck Norris movies. If this segment isn't illegal, it will be eventually. Welcome to Knowledgeable Fisticuffs, your sword and shield against globalist scum. Let's crack on. You can only send small files on Discord, which might be an issue. I'll send links. Just get it to me somehow, please. You do links, you could upload it, WeTransfer, or just like, if you know where it is, I'll go and download it for myself. If you can give me like timestamps and stuff. If you give me timestamps and that, anyway. My now 38-year-old husband was just told by his cardiologist that his benign myocarditis reaction from Moderna C19 vaccine is now a chronic heart condition. 20% chance of living the next 9 years. Doubled his, what the fucking word is that? Doubled his, with him receiving COVID and spreading the disease be a better alternative? Who still got COVID, moron? Because of course the vaccine was completely ineffective, did absolutely nothing, didn't prevent you catching the fucking thing, and it didn't prevent you spreading the fucking thing. And that's why it was banned. What do you think of that, chat? Hang on. I need to read a cat clip, yes. You can only teleport to Guam. No way. Why Guam? Why do you want me to teleport to Guam? Oh, word, to the studio. If we all teleport to Guam, then it may tip over. Alright? Like Hank Johnson said. Oh, yeah, that fucking idiot who thought the island would... He was elected. He was an elected official and he thought islands float. I remember that guy now. He thinks islands float. It's like Britain is an island. Are we just floating here? Or are we on the tip of a mountain? It will just sink into the ocean. Bodach's developing an app where the viewers at home can change the stream. Yes. When I've done my app, every part of my stream will have some sort of at-home interactivity. So like for things like this bit, you'll be able to submit and share shit with me that you might want to see on here. And then there's the quiz, obviously. You get to play the quiz. And then there's all the backgrounds and stuff will change. And it'll be really cool when I'm done. What's up, Chat King? BDSM dungeon. See, I've got a dungeon. It's got my magic mirror in it. Nice weekend update setup, Gar. Wait, whoa, wait, whoa, wait, whoa, wait. This isn't a weekend update, mate. This is InfoWars. I'm trying to be Alex Jones here, mate. Alex Jones isn't going to be around forever, mate. Someone needs to take over. This is Knowledgeable Fisticuffs. It's a pseudonym for InfoWars. Knowledgeable Info Wars Fisticuffs. Knowledgeable Fisticuffs. It's not as good when you have to fucking explain it. Thanks, Hank. Thanks, Hank. But B4. Well, islands do float. No, they don't. But sorry. I've completely forgotten about today's sponsor. Thoughts on Satan taking a form of acid? What kind of acid? It's not weekend update. Anyway, sorry. Before we move on, I've got a word from our sponsor. Magic Penis Pills. Let me tell you about these pills. All right, listen. These fucking pills, right? One a day, right? Take these pills every day. And your cock, after a year, will be blue. But an inch longer. Blue in colour, but an inch longer. Amazing. Satisfy your woman with an extra inch after a year. Use code Bodach for 69% off Magic Penis Pills. Anyway, next. Wait, hang on. Definitely wake up. Big Fatty said to subscribe. Who's the Big Fatty? No Chill MMA. Who you calling Big Fatty? Musical's not fat. You call him musical fat? Prize picks. I'm not sure what you mean, Richard. Thoughts on LSD? I've actually heard some interesting stuff about LSD. Obviously, you can trip balls on it, but apparently, right, if you microdose on LSD, like for soldiers who have got like PTSD. Apparently microdosing on LSD completely sorts it. It's like really, really good at like managing like PTSD and other like anxiety disorders. And I happen to know someone I can talk about this and find out if it's bollocks or not. And I will go and find out if that's a load of bollocks, and I'll get back to you on another night. Hank is a ethnically... my chat keeps censoring the words, but it censors it so much I can't actually tell what the actual word is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fucking or cuntish. 6 cuntish, cunt. No, that's more words. That's fucking-ish, but it's... Well, anyway, Hank is ethnically atheist. What are my chances on red-black pilling him? I happen to think atheists are the most stupid of them all. They are the most stupid, right? Because they're no different from any other religion. The Big Bang, what? Everything explodes from nothing. It's a fucking miracle. You believe in a miracle. Your entire premise of how things work starts with a fucking miracle, the same as every other religion. I think atheists are idiots. The kind Alex Jones takes. LSD. Alex Jones, does he do that kind of stuff? You sound like Joe Joyce. I don't know who Joe Joyce is. They work too. I took one last week and I'm still hard. Yes! Someone's bought the magic penis pills. Yes, smelly fingers! Did you use my discount code to get your magic pills? Don't take that shit. Just to pull ups. Blue balled. No, the balls don't go blue, just the cock. You get an extra inch. And then you remember, use code Bodach for 69% off the magic penis pills. Don't forget that, because every time you order the magic penis pills and use my code, I get a commission. All right, so let me know. I'll know how many massive blue cocks are out there. I tried one of these pills. It got stuck in my throat, and I've had a stiff neck for days. Yeah, you need to take it with you need to get a full glass of water with these magic penis pills. I think that's no chill implying. What? Why? Musical isn't fat. I don't know if you're a trustable news source now. Okay. Shots fired. I will investigate further. I don't want to get this wrong. Is musical fat? Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to postpone my Rego talk. Instead of sending me Rego clips, can you send me fat musical clips? And we'll investigate further. Send me clips of musical looking fat, and then we'll do an investigation on it, whether or not he's fat. Musical ain't fat. He might be robust. And they usually get that belief when they're a child. So I'm losing track of chat. Hank is still finding his way. They believe in Santa, but not Jesus. That's a good point. I don't actually think Jesus was real. I believe the whole part, the Bible like collides with celestial events, doesn't it? I think Jesus isn't actually a person, it's the sun, it's a fable. Hank the type of guy to eat McDonald's without a grimace. Fair enough. Subscribe, great take. Also, the religion that controls my food is censored. Listen, I don't want to be censored. I want to talk about the bacon deniers and the bacon deniers. That's a good name for them. The bacon deniers. That could be a new code word. That could be a new code word for the religion of intolerance, oppression, and violence. The bacon deniers. London's currently ruled by a bacon denier. Most of the British mayors are bacon deniers, actually. Cheers for the sub, Chill. Appreciate it. Aside from the Big Bang, ain't nothing miraculous happened since. Alright, there's two fucking things about atheism that I always point out to atheists. First of all, the Big Bang, and something we spoke about last night. The double split experiment that proves that the universe literally manifests a different behavior when consciousness is focused on it. Explain that, atheists. It's not, you can't just say, oh, it's a phenomenon, and then move on. No. Why does the universe, why are these particles behaving differently when I look at them? Explain that. Because to me, it kind of seems like the universe manifests to suit us. Therefore, the universe is there for us and not us for them. Or the universe. The universe exists for us. We don't exist for the universe. And the double slit experiment is an insight to that. That's what I always say to atheists. Your belief system starts in a miracle, and there's little nuggets of evidence that kind of suggest there's something mysterious about the universe and the way it behaves, and especially that link to consciousness. That's what I want atheists to explain. They just dismiss it. Oh, it's a phenomena. Move on. No. No. I don't think I will move on. Explain that. Because it kind of interrupts your entire worldview and kind of makes... you know what I mean? It completely derails your worldview. Explain that shit. Anyway, moving on. The Big Bang didn't happen. No, it didn't. I don't believe it. The universe is eternal. It's always been here, always will be here. It has no start, has no end. Some BS happened. Yeah, music is a big boy. I mean, he's a stocky boy. He's a stocky boy. I mean, I wouldn't want to have to handle him. Like, he does have some, you know, there'll be some weight behind it. If you have a scrap with him or anything, there'll be some weight behind it. But I don't, yeah. Evolution is a lie. Evolution's interesting. I can't work out evolution because, like, I'm staring at my children and they've got their mother's and their dad's features. And it's like, well, yeah. That's, you know what I mean? Do you kind of see, like, I don't know. I don't think we came from monkeys, though. Fuck that, that's fucking nonsense. Thoughts on the Hadron Collider? Scares me. Scares me. I don't understand why outside the Hadron Collider building is all this satanic fucking nonsense. And I don't understand why they have these weird, fucked up performances that are all weird and gothic and satanic and shit. Have you seen it? Outside of CERN, they have these weird little ceremonies and they do all these little tribal dances. It's satanic as fuck. And all the symbology on all their fucking literature and stuff, it's satanic. It's full of satanic symbology. I like. And it's like, it kind of makes me like question, like, what are they actually looking for down there? You know what I mean? What are they really looking for? Because I don't think they're just trying to understand the fabric of reality. I feel like they're up to something malicious, you know? Based. All right, Smelly Fingers, thank you. I'm not fat. I'm big boned. I'm BB boned. I'm not fat. I'm BB boned. Jesus may have been real. It's documented. Okay, I'd be interested to know that. It's just the Romans were meticulous record keepers, and it's so well preserved. That era of time is so well preserved, and there's just no stories about a magic man going around curing people and turning. You know what I mean? Based Bodach take. Cheers, Hank. This guy gets it subbed. Aye, thank you, Smelly Fingers. Richard Deaf. Dude, musical MMA. I used to have a fat friend that used to say that about himself. Listen, musical's just cultivating mass. He's just cultivating mass, mate. Just you wait until he starts bashing out those push-ups, mate. He's gonna get ripped. He's gonna get hench. Hench, mate. He's cultivating mass. I miss that dude. I remember squeezing his tits. That's Sir Bacon Denier. That's Sir Bacon Denier. They didn't give fucking Sadiq Khan a knighthood. Shut up. I'm Googling it, hang on. Shut up. God damn it, you scared me there. God damn, I thought you got a knighthood. Do not give that fucking criminal cretin a fucking knighthood. This is the most anti-British piece of fucking shit. I hate Sadiq Khan. Hate Sadiq Khan. Fucking London, mate. They're fucking mental. Why do they keep electing this fucking retard? This racist, anti-white fucking retard. I hate Sadiq Khan. Sorry, moving on. Trying to have an animal observe particles. Try having an animal observe particles. That... Okay, Hank, that's interesting. does animal consciousness also cause the universe to change its behavior when observed? That's very, I like that. I'm a geocentrist. We are the center of the universe. Whoa, Black Betty. Since observable universe has to be observed. I personally, I don't think the universe exists unless there's a consciousness awareness of it. I think the universe manifests itself when needed to satisfy consciousness. You know what I mean? I think if all of consciousness is void, then there's nothing there. I think consciousness is the universe. And yeah, we are the center of it. That's my belief anyway. I believe he's referring to all those subatomic particles behaving differently when observed. Yes, spelly fingers. Hank, you're a weird dude. Why the fuck does it matter if someone thinks Jesus is real or not? I don't think it matters if Jesus is real or not, but I'd certainly like to know. You free Sunday food? I can't pronounce his name. Giuliano. But yes, I'm free. Just give me a little time to grab the screenshots because it's going to be really funny when I point out the blatant follower. He buys his followers. He buys his fucking followers. He's got like, he buys his followers and he buys plays. He's got videos of tens of thousands of fucking plays and 8 comments. That's not organic fucking activity. Yes, I am free on Sunday for that debate. I am looking forward to it. If he is seriously going to try and convince me he hasn't bought his fucking followers, he's not going to have a good time. Apparently other forms of measurement can trigger the effect as well, not just sight. Okay. I mean, if there's a preemptive consciousness, like you're going to look at it, then it will manifest. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a mystery, innit? If you intend to do something and you set up apparatus that's going to start doing it, then that's still a conscious act, right? So the universe would manifest to satisfy the desire of the conscious act, which is to observe. That's what I think. This is what I think. I might sound batshit crazy, but that's what I think. You think you used to be apes even though they have more chromosomes than us? I don't think we used to be apes. I don't even think we're from here myself. Chad King, because people murdered each other. I will get to some memes. Why would measurement change the result? Where is the interference? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. You don't understand much. The measurement change result. The thing is about the double slit experiment, right? Is it behaves one way, but if you just watch it, literally, like you turn away from it and it does one thing, and then you watch it and it does another thing, and science has no explanation for why that's happening. Why, when you look at that area of space, why does it change? The only difference is that a conscious entity is paying attention to it. The only difference is consciousness. That's fascinating to me, and I think it proves that the universe isn't some static fixed thing that we exist inside. I think it's something that manifests around us, and that kind of suggests that what I'm saying is true. Weak argument, dork, it's because you were molested growing up or some shit. That's where it comes from. Who are you talking to, Chad King? Is it me? You suggested my uncle came and go, come here, son, let me tickle your bollocks. Oh, by the way, the universe manifests around you. Shh. You're suggesting I was molested and had these ideas put in my head subtly. Even atoms are mostly empty space. Yeah. Almost the entire universe is empty space. It's insane. We're just energy. We're just energy, mate. We're just energy. You got trillions of neutrons going through you every fucking second, man. Like we are porous things. At the atomic level, we are porous. Tacticus wrote about Jesus. Okay. Tacticus, I've got one of his books actually. Are you sure? I think I've got a bunch of that. I've got Marcus Aurelius. I've got a bunch of the old Roman shit. They were so fucking good, the Romans, man. They were really advanced, especially with their literature. So good. A knighthood might as well be a PDF. Yeah. It's just a PDF club, isn't it? He is getting a knighthood. No! No! A knight of the fucking realm? Sadiq Khan? A knight of the fucking realm? Fuck off. Fucking embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassment. He's disgusting. He's a horrible fucking prick. Oh, God, fucking hell. A knighthood. A knight. Oh. That's really bummed me out. I know it shouldn't. I didn't really care, but it's bummed me out. What did Chad King kind of own you there? Who's Chad King talking to? Like, hello, what's up, Aaron Tats? Like a video game where the map only loads in the direction you are looking. Yes, Black Betty. I believe the universe is like a computer map and it only renders when needed. I think the universe renders itself when needed. Always trying to take the moral high ground, but makes the same edgy jokes we do, even mocked an actual retard for some giggles. Chad, who are you talking to? Who's got the moral high ground? Well, obviously Jesus is real. Maybe. When his teachers taught him about BC before Christ, Hank's 12-year-old brain said, nah, this shit fake. Hey. Thoughts on out of Africa theory being debunked? Well, it's fucking common sense, right? First of all, we existed with... have you seen all the stuff with Graham Hancock? There was advanced civilization before the Younger Dryas. We have no fucking idea where we came from because the evidence is long gone. The evidence is long gone. Where we come from might be Africa, it might be under the ocean, it might be in Doggerland, that used to be the North Sea before the North Sea floods. Could be in Latin America, but all we know is the ancient Egypt and Africa wasn't the start of advanced civilization after the Younger Dryas, because we're finding all this evidence in like Göbekli Tepe and all the LiDAR shit and the Latin Americans. They're finding these things that really predate the African migrations and shit, don't they? The background music is eerie. You heard of Polaris, the star that never moves all throughout the history? Yeah. That's another thing. Yeah, we can't possibly be hurtling through space because star charts from centuries ago are still accurate today. So if we were hurtling through the Earth at millions of miles an hour, whatever it was, the parallax would have changed so much in a few centuries, those star charts wouldn't work anymore. We supposedly moving millions of miles all the time. Star never moves. Yeah, the North Star. That's... the flat earthers love the North Star. I think it proves that we're stationary and the universe revolves around us. I know it doesn't make the world's flat. I was at a Bible reading once, and what I was hearing I didn't like, so I left. Yeah, religions are mental. All religions are mental. Hank, you were in church. Hank, it's a boner when people talk about Christ. I don't care if you believe in him or not. Just think it's gay when you get off to telling people he's not real and shit. When you get off to telling people he's not real and shit. I just say what I think. I don't think I'm telling people. When I speak, I'm just saying what I think. What a wonderful gift to have Chad Kong back. Chad King even. I'll catch up with Chad. I need to move my progression on. Oh, the British police siren. This one suits me better. Suits them, doesn't it? The British police are a fucking embarrassment. That's a far more fitting fucking tune. when your school taught you about before Christ and shit, you take your shit. I own Hank. Dumbass, you said the reason you think it's bad to believe in him is because people murder people because of him, which is you trying to take the moral high ground. Okay, you're not talking to me then, Chucking. Yeah, like that's one thing I agree with. Like these people that murder and go to war in the name of their religion, mate. What? Imagine that. You must have retarded you have to be. Magic man in the sky shall get you. Like, what? The magic man in the sky says we gotta go kill those ones. Nah, thanks. That's I don't practice a religion that preaches that shit. That's the weakest shit I've ever heard in my life, by the way. Checking. The UFO thing is crazy. That's been haven't the US military come out now and said it was them? That happened like today or yesterday, didn't it? They said they were doing some drone test. It's what were they doing? They were yeah, something to do. The US military said the drones, it was them, and they were running some drill, some emergency thing. And obviously we know what happens when America runs drills. It normally happens like a week later. 9/11, they did the drills. They were doing a drill on a day in the 9/11. Yeah, Americans like to do a little practice run before they then attack themselves and go to war with someone in the Middle East. So yeah, get ready for a drone battle sometime soon, and then the invasion of Iran will shortly follow. Have you heard Hank's sick cowboy Colby impression though? I would like to hear that. The orange orb shooting down the drone. I haven't seen that, Jiggy. Please share it. It's true, Mexicans invented everything. It's true, I've been to Mexico. It's a lovely place. I went to the nice bits. I did drive through some rural Mexico, and let's just say I am so fucking glad I'm British. Fucking hell. You go from Mexico, so funny, man. You'll be in this place, right, and it's like the most modern thing you've ever seen. Everything's modern, everything's great. And you literally go around a corner and it's like fucking civilization hasn't been there for 1,000 years. And it's like, you'll be driving on the road. We're driving on a highway in Mexico. The most beautiful, smoothest highway you've ever fucking seen in your life. Then all of a sudden it's just 5 miles of dirt and mud where they just couldn't be asked to finish it. It's a really funny country, Mexico. I do highly recommend people go there. It's a fucking hilarious place. They just sort of abandon things. It's like the other thing is we went to Cancun and we were near the outskirts looking for some fabled flea market. Not the one in the center of Cancun, one in, and we went there and we basically just saw a bunch of buildings that were like abandoned, like they were half built. It's like the Mexicans, they don't really finish things in Mexico. It's a really funny country. Anyway, someone mentioned Mexico. It was bringing up happy memories, so I got human made just line. Oh God, sorry chat. I'm trying my best. I'm not used to it. I don't have followers. This is new. It isn't really just shit. Retard. You didn't exist. They wouldn't teach us the BC shit. Plenty of creeps have owned you, so I doubt it. God, man, you guys bring some beef to. Let me just find you with autism. I have never been with women. Just fucking hell. Chill, guys. This be nice. That's slander. No one owns me. I still own Rigo. That's why he banned me. Remember, please join my Discord. Please share links. Send me links, please, to his thing. Give me timestamps, and I will clip it and make my attempt at a Rigo breakdown. I'll fuck that up in the end. What a minute. The British police are brainwashed NPC soldiers. They are useless. Here's the British police. Here's the British police. This is their thought process. Let's say there's a bacon denier over the road, and he's getting a little bit antsy. He doesn't like you because you're stood there and you're not harming anyone. Let's say the bacon denier. So let me start again. Sorry. Let's say you're on the street and there's some bacon deniers there, and they don't like you. They're getting angry with you, and they're threatening you. The bacon deniers, they want you gone. They don't want you around. And the police turn up. You've done nothing wrong. They're being violent. They're throwing things at you. They're threatening you. They're calling you names. You've said nothing. You've done nothing. The police will arrest you and remove you. They won't arrest the bacon deniers. They'll give you some fucking bullshit like, oh, you gotta maintain the police. We gotta maintain the peace, and they'll remove you. That's the British police. Even me being a Nazi wouldn't do it, because I'm sorry, chat. I'm gonna have to skip a bit. I'm really sorry. Hank is on a video, save the bullshit for someone else. Hank is on video, save the bullshit for someone. Ooh, shots fired, Chad. My Colby impression is Skate Tank MMA's UFC. I want to hear I did hear some impressions by Hank. You are very what's the word? Like you've got like you can switch. I've seen it, Hank. You switched, didn't you? Like you just turn, you flick, and all of a sudden, like you're doing some voice. It's better than fucking MMA Guru. That's all I say. Better impressions than him. I can't do impressions. You're proving your lie by also arguing that you clearly mock Andrew in the video. God, true liberals are very hateful and are two-faced. Hate is all liberals know. I did an impression. I didn't. Sorry. British police are the modern Knights of London. Fucking idiots. Bodach cool. Thanks, musical. Would suggest. Are you? Is it pinned? Are you able to pin that Discord thing? Would suggest just reading the comments about the. It's petty drama. Yeah. Yeah. Go argue in in that Discord link. Yeah. I wanted Rigo clips, not beef. Ain't you're autistic if you didn't understand what you were doing. Oh, my name God. Sorry, always make when someone calls someone else autistic, it's for me it's like a fart. I can't not find it funny. If I hear someone fart, I'll always chuckle. Just like if someone calls someone autistic, I can't not. Something about it triggers it tickles my giggles. That's all I say. It's such a. I wouldn't want to be called autistic. I'd rather be called a spastic. You know what I mean? Don't. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with being autistic. It's just. It's a different insult. You have to go out your way to call someone autistic, I think. When you just see cunt and spastics and that, it just sort of flows off the tongue. But you have to really you have to mean it when you call someone autistic, I feel like you mean it. You're like, you know what? I really do want to offend you. You're autistic. You know what I mean? Is that just me? I don't know. I dropped the UFO vid in your Discord, buddy. Thank you very much, Jiggy. I will check it. Actually, let me have a look. Shit. I will look at it after I've got through my conspiracies, actually. Thank you. He informs all of his opinions on how nice it makes him look, but he's no nice guy. Anyone who watches is just... okay. I think people should develop a reputation based on how you can trust that person to speak their mind. I don't care if someone's right or wrong. I just want to know that they're speaking their mind and it's true to them. Because being wrong about something and lying is two different things. Like lying is malicious. Being wrong, it's not malicious. As long as I think you're trying to be honest, that's what I look for in a person. You can be batshit crazy and wrong about everything, but as long as I know you're trying to be honest, you'll have my respect. Bodach, do you think it's moral or immoral to do an impression of a Down syndrome person? I applaud it. Can you play UFO clip on stream? I can. Andrew Billy did. Yeah. Let's watch a UFO clip. I'll be back in a sec. I've just realised that my InfoWars, not fucking Weekend Update, InfoWars rip-off scene actually has the ability to show videos, and I didn't actually need to move here. Right, let's find the video. Where are we? Where are we, Jiggy Jiggy? Jackie, there we are. Oh, it's an X video. Hello. Right, let's have a look. Boys. Right, hang on. Let me see if this will turn the music off. Sorry, it's been a while. Sorry, I don't know the buttons. It's been fuck. How do I get there? I made this. I should know. Fuck. How do I do it? Oh yeah, there we go. Boys. Boom. Right. I can't full screen the X. If it's flashing, it's a commercial jet. It's just lights, though, isn't it? Oh, look, there's your little shit posting group. It's just lights, isn't it? Oh, what's that? Okay, that is weird. Okay, this is interesting. What is that? Just gonna drop it. So the green light's gone. I don't think it's. That is creepy. Okay. That is something. What the fuck was that? Let's have a look. Oh, sorry, chat, man. Andrew, Billy, and DJ Aiden had me crying. Yeah, he probably is. The day Hank admits he's autistic is the day I quit. I start calling him one. Chad King, Chad King's like on a mission to. It's gonna take Hank down. Being autistic can be based. Yeah. That's the thing about autistic people is they struggle with imagination, so everything's quite literal to them. So they're often immune to bullshit because the second anything is illogical, their brain can't process it. And most of the bullshit we're taught is illogical. So yeah, it makes perfect sense that autistic people can be really based. They're just too locked into reality. Like they just can't. They're too locked in. COVID lockdowns made everyone semi-autistic, in my opinion. Yes, Black Betty, I agree with that. I think people are still fucked up from lockdowns. I think people need to struggle. I think struggle is what makes humans thrive. You can't just let everyone fucking chill out for 6 months. Or what was it? Like overall, like a year. You can't just let people just do nothing for a year. That's gonna fuck you up. That's gonna cause permanent damage. People need to struggle. You need to struggle. You need struggle. Humans suffer when they're too comfortable. We decline when we're too comfortable. Struggle, pressure, and resistance. Struggle, pressure, and resistance. Mentally, spiritually, physically, you need it in every realm of your life in order to grow, harden, and be better. Without it, you fester. Simple. Lockdown damaged so much. Hank's now trying to argue that Andrew is a mean person. Mate, this chat is everyone's fucking mean. I got a little tism. You got a little tism, Hank? We've all got a little tism. I felt a little tism in my clit once. Even if he did, it may be because he clearly... Andrew, great. I appreciate Bodach. You're welcome, man. And Andrew cussed me out for saying DJ Aiden was Giuliano's based. I can't pronounce that fucking name. I need to hear it. Giuliano is the fucking. Which is fine, since he's clear. Still, an innocent dude doesn't know right from wrong. Literally sees you as a friend, and you take advantage of him for some laughs. Oh, that's not nice, is it, Chad King? Chad King and Hank, mate. Musical. You sure you don't want to get those two into your fucking Sunday stream for a debate? It sounds like that would be a lot more. Sounds like it would be more of a spectacle. That might. Why wouldn't you still defend it? Okay, now I'm gonna have to just skip it, man. You guys are off on one. You had to say growing hard, and yes, I did, Black Betty. Whoa, Black Betty. In your what? Yeah, humans, they struggle, man. Yeah, they need it. I'm going back to conspiracies.
Knowledgeable fisticuffs. Tomorrow's news. In 2 days from today.
And we're back with the conspiracies. Mate, let me just check the screen. Yeah, look, I could have shown that video on here, look. Fucking idiot. Didn't have to go and change rooms. Yeah, why is it? Do you do call-ins? Yes, but also I used to do call-ins, and there was this autistic guy. I'm not going to say his name. He's like Voldemort now. We don't say his name. He used to hijack my streams, and at first I was being he hijacked the streams, and I used to have a really good thing where everyone else seemed to understand. So I had this no chills guy and other various people, musical sometimes. Most people know that you drop in, have chit chat, and then you drop out. But this autistic guy, he thought the stream was for him. Like, he was there before I even got going, and he was always there at the end. And he was just there all the time. So I turned it off, because it's like, the fucker kept turning up. It kept turning up. It's like, fucking, honest to God. It's like, and I'm not that guy, mate. I don't want to turn around to someone and say, look, can you just sort of back off a bit? I don't want to be a cunt. Like, I feel cuntish doing that. I want to be I want to be friends, yeah? Yeah, we had to ban him. That's the one, Richard. If they're up for it, they can go, mate. Yeah, because I don't like people presuming on my friendships. Oh no, you're not the okay guy. Who it's the guy who's got the fake followers. He does it. He sounds like Mr. McKay. What is this, South Park? Is it Mr. McKay or Mr. McAfee? No man, just checking. Mr. McKay. Yeah, the guy who buys the followers. He's a bit like Mr. McKay, and every now and again he just does it. Goes. When he was debating, was it No Chili debate? When he was debating on your stream, he kept making me laugh because he was talking, and every now and again he was talking, blah 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 blah. It's just, it really cracked me up. It's adorable. It's adorable, but it's funny. Let me have a look. Drones everywhere. They're everywhere. Hank, relax. Chad King is just joking around, or I'd like to call it mentally and metaphorically graping you into submission. He is metaphorically and mentally graping the shit out of you, Hank. Don't rise to it, Hank. Rise above it. Nah, that shit genuinely is lame as fuck. Pick on normal people, not a natural retard. Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes it is funny, like Harvey Price, Katie Price's son, when he did that, hello you cunt. Like, I'm sorry, that was fucking hilarious. I think it's perfectly fine to do it. Hello you cunt. Like, I think it's fine. But if there's just some handicapped kid on the bus just living his life and he's like making noises. If you turn around and I'm like that's out of order. You know what I mean? Leave him alone. But yeah, when it's like a Harvey Price, yeah, I think it's okay to do that impression. Hello, you can. Yeah. Let me get set up properly for drop-ins. I got Hank the Tank. Yeah, see Hank the Tank's on my Discord. Lovely. No Chill MMA. Would you be interested? And Hank. Shit, would you guys be interested in a 1v1 MMA quiz? Winner takes one Connell combat? Do the bus impression again. What? The bus impression. Chad King said some shit about my family he can't take back. I don't give a shit what the dude says. Oh, Chad, did you go after the family? So that's the line. Because that's what the autistic guy did with Musical. Because Musical was also really accommodating to him and being really nice to him. But then he went after Musical's son, and that was it. Because I didn't actually ban him. It was Musical. And obviously I'm not going to unban it because I'm not going to undermine Musical. But like, yeah, Musical's like, yeah, fuck that. I was like, yeah, what? He started talking about Musical's son and shit. Jesus. I treat everyone the same, except for, oh, for fuck's sake. Whoa, Black Betty. I can always trust you to take it over the line. Whoa, Black Betty. Jack King said, yeah, now acting like a victim again. Oh, God. God, well, I'm just, this beef. We need to get the Musical, we need to get these guys debating. Your liver produces 70 to 80% of your total cholesterol in the body. To think that cholesterol, a molecule that is so essential that the body makes 80% of it, is bad for your health, is the dumbest concept that Western medicine has come up with. See, I actually know a little bit about this. It's true, right? Cholesterol's like one of the most important things in your body, but I think is it your liver? Your liver deals with it, and it can only deal with so much at a time. So if you do have too much cholesterol, you start getting plaque build-up in your arteries. That is actually true. Like when they cut people open and look inside the veins and see the plaque, you know what I mean? When it comes to, yeah. But yeah, this whole fucking cholesterol, you don't have to be scared of it.
Funny enough, the IRGC cannot operate in Saudi Arabia. Their supporters cannot have bank accounts in the UAE. The other extremist groups, like the Muslim Brotherhood, who are friends with the IRGC and Hezbollah people, they cannot operate in Bahrain, in Oman. These are Muslim countries. Where do they operate? In London, in France, in Washington, D.C., in Australia, in Canada, Toronto. They operate here. They have bank accounts. They register charity. Right. So Macron, the president of France, recently said the Islamic world is in a crisis. In my opinion, yeah, we do have problems. We do have Boko Haram, we have Al-Qaeda, we have Taliban. We have problems, but the broader picture, Islam is very successful, it's growing very fast. And we're doing really well. Dubai is not in a crisis. Abu Dhabi, the UAE, Bahrain, Oman, Kuwait, there's no crisis there. The Muslim countries are doing good there. Only some places there's a problem. I say, no, you are in a crisis. You went to the Muslim countries and you imported the garbage that the Muslim countries wanted to put in prison or isolate away from society. You went and you imported them. Why? For cheap labor. But these Islamist extremists, they don't want to work. They want free welfare. They want to marry French women, blonde hair, blue eyes. They don't have time to work. So look at Poland. They don't complain from Islamic extremism, not a single terrorist attack in Poland. The moment they sense there's a problem, they crack down on it. Polish policy, beautiful. The French, no, come. When they come, they use the resources. They go to Washington, D.C., and they sit in Congress. They support the Iranian regime. They go against the sanctions in Congress, right, with their hijab. Why? Because the ideology is filth to begin with. When you import that, or you allow it in, or you amplify it, or you glorify it in any way, you make your bed, sleep in it. So that is also a problem of the West. The question is, Tina, did the extremists become stronger or the West become weaker? I say it's both.
Fucking hell. Got a fucking point, innit? It's not their best that come. Cholesterol in your skin converts sun rays into vitamin D. Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation on cholesterol because people are like scared of it. Like I remember like hearing someone like, because I had some eggs and I didn't take the yolks out, and I remember someone going, "Oh, but the cholesterol." I was like, "What? What? It's a fucking egg. It's a fucking egg. All the fucking nutrients of an egg is in the yolk." The egg whites is like mostly protein, right? All the actual nutrients, all the vitamins, B vitamins, all the fucking goodness of an egg is all in the yolk. And yeah, there's cholesterol, but you don't need to be fearful of cholesterol. You just don't eat shitloads of processed foods and you're fine. But yeah, they demonize cholesterol. They make people scared of it, and it's so vital to the body. Most people are now malnourished with cholesterol. They use these fucking weird statins and shit, don't they? They use these weird, they buy these butters that help lower cholesterol, and they avoid foods because of cholesterol. And then you end up deficient in cholesterol, and it ruins your bodily functions and makes you unhealthy. Drugs bad. Reconquista, yes, Reconquista. We do need a. Let's take some Reconquista to Luton. Let's take it to Rotherham. Let's take it to London. Reconquista. Reconquista. Arriba, arriba, andale. Arriba, arriba, andale. I don't know much Spanish. Quickly, go fast. I did a spot-on impression, Bodach, because I know. Okay, I'd like. Yes, Hanks in the quiz. Import the third world, become the third world. Exactly. Yeah, statins, man. Yeah, cholesterol. Demonized, like fat. Like the fatty foods, right? Like what you want to eat, right? If you only get like, I've done this. I lost 10 stone. I know this, and I got healthy, and I'm healthy. But you got to eat. You got to cut down on processed food. You got to cut down on sugars, and you got to cut down on processed carbs. You need to eat shitloads of fat, shitloads of fiber, shitloads of protein. But fat is so important. Fat, first of all, carries most of the flavor in every fucking food. So food without fat is fucking disgusting. And secondly, most of the nutrition from food comes from its fats. It's so healthy for your fatty food, and it's demonized. The body doesn't like eat fat and then store fat. It doesn't work like that. Your actual human fat is energy, right? It's just energy. It doesn't matter what form it comes in. It's just going to get converted that way. You gotta eat fats. You gotta eat loads of fats. It's not unhealthy fucking at all. It was a marketing strategy because they found out that if they stripped the fats out of these products and replaced it with a cheap alternative, not only was it then cheaper to produce because you had the cheap alternative in it, you could then make it out like a health product and charge more. And then you can take that fat and use it in another product, maximizing your profit. And that was the whole point. They demonized fat so people weren't like, hang on, why are you replacing the fat with some cheap fucking chemicals and sugars and emulsifiers and shit and charging us a premium for it when it's cheaper to produce? Yeah, man, if you see low-fat mayonnaise, don't touch it. If you see low-fat anything, don't fucking touch it. Full fat Coke if you can have a fizzy drink. Full fat fucking butter, full fat fucking milk. Yeah, have fatty bacons. It's so good for you, man. So fucking good for you. Prevention is the best way through low carb diet. Yeah, you could do the low carb thing. I think you need carbs though. Sugar is the main problem, especially processed sugars. Holiday season makes it tough. It does. I've resigned myself, mate. For the next 2 weeks, I'm just eating like a fucking pig. Carbs are the only macronutrient that isn't essential. Carbs? Are you sure that's not sugars? You do when you cut down on your sugars, there's not that many detrimental health benefits, but when you do cut down on carbs, there are some detrimental health benefits because carbs help you stay hydrated. They help your organs stay hydrated. You need some carbs. You can't cut carbs out, but yeah, it is good to reduce your carbs, especially starchy carbs, because so much of that gets converted to glucose. What tightens your arteries then? What tightens your arteries? Bad health, mate. It's a combination of things. I date a doctor, I'll ask her. She was telling me about cholesterol. There's only so much your body can get used to it. So if you do consume too much cholesterol, you do end up with fatty buildup and shit in your arteries. That bit's true. I mean, it's testable. You can literally feed people these things and then test their arteries and you can see it. I mean, it's not, it's provable, it's demonstrable. My theory is since fat-soluble vitamins are stored in body fat tissue, people would get vitamins in the water when their fat stores are consumed. Yeah. Full fat Coke is better than diet. Yes. It's not good for you. It's not good for you. You shouldn't drink fizzy drinks at all. But full fat Coke is less unhealthy than the diet Coke. Alright, trust me, you don't want all these fucking sweeteners and shit. Just have the sugar. If you're gonna have a fizzy drink, just have a sugary fizzy drink. Just have the sugar. Hank has been preparing for Jeopardy for years now. Hank has been preparing for Jeopardy for years now. You don't need to eat carbs to survive. No, you don't. You just need your proteins and fibers, don't you? People thrive on ketogenic diet. I've done keto, man. After about 3 months, it does. Because when I'm doing my training, right, I was doing keto. I did it for many months, and I was training all fine. And I broke my keto. I ate a bunch of carbs because I went away for the weekend, and I was eating breads and pasta. I was eating all this old junk. And when I got back to training the week after, my performance was way better because my body was full of carbs and hydration. And like you get sports stars and stuff, carbo load, don't they? Because it helps their performance and shit. But yeah, keto is fucking amazing for weight loss. Like when you do keto, you just hemorrhage body fat. Like if you mix keto with intermittent fasting, like I did when I was 21 stone, honestly, you wake up, you don't have to wait a week to see your weight loss. You can weigh yourself day by day and just watch your weight collapse. Every single day, you'll be another ½ pound down. Every day. It's amazing. Avoid cholesterol, I see. No, don't avoid it. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't fucking gorge on processed foods, man. People just are like, they're too specific. Just avoid processed food and you'll be fine. Problem is I can't just drink water, mate. Yeah, I'm the same. I struggle with water. I use squash and shit. I got into squash. As long as you've got like, get some ice and shit, it makes it bearable. You need salt and electrolytes to absorb water, but not carbs. That's true. Oh yeah, the fucking. You remember that thing about Prime? Trying to say that it's an energy drink, and when they test it, it doesn't qualify as one because sugar's one of the electrolytes, and Prime doesn't have enough sugar to be classed as an energy drink, as a hydration drink. Sorry, because a hydration drink has quite a lot of sugar in it because that's an electrolyte. Yeah, keto isn't ideal for athletes. Yeah, it's fucking amazing though for weight loss, and it's amazing if you've got like a job that requires a lot of attention, because there's something about being in keto, mate. Your head, your ability to focus and pay attention to things is like it's fucking elevated beyond fucking belief. When you're on keto, like I'm a software dev, like I'm telling you, mate, I can code like a fucking beast when I'm doing keto. Like when I start having some sugars and carbs and maybe have a coffee or whatnot, like I know that I'm gonna get little bursts and then I'm gonna get brain fog for a bit and then a little burst. But when you do, especially intermittent fasting, mate, honestly, if you've got a job, if you get a job that takes your fucking brain Yeah, keto and intermittent fasting, mate. Honestly, trust me, you'll feel like you have a fucking superpower. People will think you're a genius. Are you still accepting call-ins? Yeah. Let's have a look. Right, I'm just going to change rooms. Hang on, let me just test it. What's my favourite squash? I like summer fruits. Orange gets a little bit meh. Blackcurrant gets a bit too sickly, but summer fruits, mate, are nice summer fruits, mate. It's a nice, just a little. It is. It's impossible to become obese in a keto diet. It is. Hang on. Right. I don't think I'm getting through conspiracies tonight. I'll try again tomorrow. Bodach Show, blah, blah, blah. So this is. I'm just going to see if I can get a call-in going. Right. If you're on my Discord and you want to do a call-in, could you please join? Join the. If you go into my Discord and join the waiting room voice chat, I will then drag you in to the necessary room, and hopefully this works. I just need to do some tests. I wasn't expecting the call in tonight. Hang on. Let me just make sure my audio's good. Output device to output 4. All right, so testing. Here we go. Testing. Here we go. Okay, and I have to pop that out. Full screen you. Please take a seat. And welcome to SPA. And for those who do not know me, my name is Mark, and I'm here to help you through your addiction, specifically through sharing our thoughts and issues within this group and admitting to yourself that you have a problem. And I feel I should emphasize at this point that it is you who has the problem and not me. Before we start, I see that we have a new member, so if you could please start the group off by introducing yourself.
Hello everybody, my name is Vlad and this is my very special friend, Bill, and he is a sock puppetaholic.
Hi Bill, thank you for sharing that with us. Again, this is the first step on the road to recovery by admitting to yourself that you have a problem. So, anyone else?
Hi everyone, my name is Levi.
Hi Levi.
This is Mr. Tibbs. As you can see, he's been a bad boy today. He swore some children on the bus on the way over here today. So he's had to go in the sin bin. I can't do this anymore.
You hang in there, man. Things can and will get better.
They really will.
James is right, you know, you'll get there, buddy, okay? Just be strong, just be strong, okay? Yeah, you big strong man, yeah. Ooh, look how strong you are. Ooh, strong. If you're strong enough,
Strong.
Exactly. Strong. And that is how we want to be. Strong.
Right, guys, what means this?
Sorry, this is Sock Puppets Anonymous, and you should really knock before barging in here like a madman.
Alright, fucking Captain Manners. Sock puppets for cunts anyway.
Come on, mate, get the fuck out.
Yeah, you're a cunt.
Just leave.
And you're a cunt. And you're a cunt. Fucking finger puppets and cock puppets rule. Get out! Motherfuckers. Get out! Yeah, come on, Christopher. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah. I'm going all the way to China.
Fucking glitching. Fucking glitching. Fucking glitching. No, stop fucking recording. It's on TikTok. I'm trying. I'm really trying. For fuck's sake. Oh, it was going so well. Fucking hell. Why isn't my screen coming through? Bodach chat show. Bodach Mac chat show. Yeah, I got that. Why foreground? Bodach Mac chat guest cam. Yeah. Yeah, that's the guest cam. What the fuck? Hang on, I'll be with you guys. So Discord, clone Discord Skype. I'm ready. I'm ready for call-ins. Fucking fuck. What the fucking hell, I was mad. Right, sorry, the guy in the long black hair was such a knob. Oh, stuff, yeah. Hang on, shit, fucking hell, you've been chatting away. Looking for a voice channel. Oh, fuck, I might have, hang on. Shit, profile, I don't know, how the fuck do I... Right, are you able to see the chats now? I think I've got them turned off for newbies. Aaron Taxes, make you an Imperial. Cool. Who's Tom? Someone new. Hey, Hank, you gone? Come back. Right, nice job, no chill. You wrecked the stream. Yay, fucking him. It's all his fault. Why you do this? Yeah, why did you destroy my stream, no chill? You squinted too hard. How dare you? Honey, because I'm fat as a bear. Hank the tank. Right, I'm gonna move it. Hello? No. Hank. Come back.
Hello.
Yo. Why do you keep leaving the thing? Stop leaving it.
Hear you.
Yo, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Before are there any words that are banned that I shouldn't say on this stream?
Just YouTube community guidelines.
All right.
Pretty much.
Oh, I haven't read those yet. How do you?
I don't know.
You sound European. You're from Ireland, England, somewhere around there.
Yeah, England, Cambridge, mate.
That's nice. How do you feel about your bacon invasion coming over and taking all your land and women?
Pisses me off.
It's gonna happen here too. It does piss you off, but do you really blame? But do you understand that Muslims are very low IQ people? They don't. They just do what their little book. They're guided by rage and nonsense. You know who? Really, I mean, I don't really blame them for their little invasion. It's all orchestrated by the men with the little hats.
Who's the men with the little hats? Oh, yep, I get you. Yeah, it annoys me. I mean, we've got a concerning situation in Britain because our
I understand that, but I feel that's kind of the same thing that they did with whites and blacks in America, where you create racial tension between whites and these little sand tornadoes with their little Aishas and their bacon and their whatever they do. And you take away the actual focus that, your politicians are locking up people for hate speech. I read this concerning article, but this happens especially in Germany. These immigrants that come and rape are great, sorry. They get off almost scot-free. Meanwhile, some, speech against what's going on will be locked up for years. This happens.
Yeah, it's the same here. It's exactly the same here. We had these riots. We had the bacon deny riots here in Britain, and where they started rioting, and then a few people kind of spoke out about it on social media, and they're in prison now, just for speaking out about it.
Which I find kind of absurd. Do you ever just feel like maybe genocide is the answer?
No, I wouldn't go as far as genocide.
Sometimes I truly just don't know what else would be effective.
What else would be effective? I don't know.
You gotta go. I would storm into your parliament, right? Storm into your parliament, collect every single head of every single politician. Excuse me, you speak up?
Hello, am I here?
Well, I could hear you now.
Here. Yeah.
Yes. Did No Chill actually imply pulling a Netanyahu on the immigrants coming into the United States?
No, I'm implying pulling an Netanyahu. He would take it easy compared to what I would do to these little fuckers. Netanyahu, are you serious? Yeah. Do you honestly think that as much as I despise the state of Israel, the fictional state of Israel, do you honestly think that these Palestinians have any moral high ground? They have Christian kidnappees that they rape and torture on the daily.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The propaganda in favor of bloody Palestine.
Those are motivated by past actions. I mean, it's just sort of like gang warfare.
No,
you think
no. I don't give a fuck what they're motivated by. They are taking Christian. I don't care. There's no excuse for kidnapping and repeatedly sexually assaulting, these victims and children. I say off with their heads. I don't care what past action is right from in the past. Bomb them.
Still got about 80 hostages, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, I would suspect more. Where are we getting these numbers from, right? probably have more hostages. I mean, I would say
Yeah,
Israel is probably doing
hostage.
inhumane things to these Palestinian people as well, but it doesn't mean that they should be allowed to behave how there is no good person in the situation. I don't really have a lot of feeling. I think if you want to do something effective in Israel, you bomb the shit out of Israel. You get in on the inside. You turn down their big yarmulke that shields their country, whatever cyber wall they got, and you reclaim the Holy Land.
And what happens if they respond and they form their own group, go round and round on the same carousel? I feel like a two-state. Yeah, okay, and then after you nuke them, who's gonna get nuked next?
Nobody. You nuke Israel and you make peace with these fucking sand tornado, fucking inbred, absolute
Too many
idiots that are around the world. No,
Getting
it'll work.
I don't know,
I mean,
man.
honestly, these kind of Muslim terrorists are kind of chill.
Didn't you get a stream put down for talking about bombs of certain kinds on your own channel?
I made a community post that said, "Call me Hezbollah," the way that shorties are blowing up my phone.
No, what are you doing?
and that did get a community. You know, YouTube didn't like that joke, but I say way worse shit on live streams. I think it's a community post, and it's that organization specifically that garnered the attention of the YouTube terms of service overlords. But even then, YouTube is pretty, I mean, relatively, they're not very heavy on censorship, which I find interesting.
They still allow
Black
Rigo
Betty,
to be
Black
around.
Betty has something interesting to say. Says, in Germany, a girl got sentenced to prison for complaining about being raped by a migrant. She got a longer sentence than a migrant.
She also stabbed him, but that's not an excuse. But yes, I'm familiar with that story. Germany, are you familiar with Euro Week, Mr. Bodach?
No, I'm not. What is that?
So, 2018 Euro Week. This is one of the sickest things I've ever seen in my entire life. And now there's a lot of controversies. Yeah, so it's when they took all these little German, mostly female citizens, had them in rooms to learn about the culture of immigrants, locked in rooms with these grown men for hours, multiple complaints of rape and harassment, absolutely zero charges were made. I believe it was the 2018 Euro Week. The government openly hates you. I really didn't want to take this black pill or whatever. I like to think that we live in a world of equality and we live in a world of fair representation, but they actively hate white people. And it is true. You could see it everywhere. It's not a conspiracy theory.
No, yeah, I see. I do see. I see a lot of it. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of anti-whiteism these days. It's undeniable.
Especially in Europe. It doesn't really happen in America because of the freedoms that we're allowed.
I feel like it's still an economic and social hierarchy on race, and I don't know if the whites are the minority at this point. But in terms of examples and maybe modern day stuff, yeah, you can obviously dig up some examples. Do you think that's really like part of a wider trend, though?
Do you think that the government of Namibia is saying, hey, we need some white people. Let's import some white people for diversity? Do you think rabbis in Zimbabwe are complaining about the lack of diversity in their land and shipping in massive amounts of Swedish birth citizens to take up their homes and to marry off their women? Do you think that happens in any African country?
I mean, they need some money, maybe. I wouldn't put it past certain leaders, to be honest. If your country's completely broke,
that has never happened in any. There is no white, except South Africa, which was colonized. There is no white minority group anywhere in Africa, unless you count Moroccans and Egyptians, native-born Moroccans and native Egyptians and Tunisians as white. There is no immigration of white people to, and you could say, well, it's because African countries are less developed, and I'll say okay to that. But at the same time, you will never see Nigeria, for an example.
What about Latin America? What about Latin America? Because there is a lot of white migration to Latin American countries and,
that's
Far East
that's
countries. That they're
historic.
third world as well.
That's historic. The reason Canelo Alvarez looks like Conor McGregor and not Yair Rodriguez is because of the Crusades and historic, massive, kind of invasions of these South American countries. I don't think that these Mexican people are having massive amounts of immigrants cross over. What did you say, Hank?
I think he's talking about a more modern trend, not just colonialism.
We are
in the last 10
point.
years. Yeah, in the last 10 years, like for example, in Britain, we've had like 1 million or something like that leave for the Far East, and I think in America you've got a couple of million that have gone. What's the country?
If it's cheaper, it's cheaper to buy everything.
Where's that based? There's a country, I can't think of the fucking name. It's where they're all going. They've made Bitcoin legal tender and all that kind of stuff.
Is it some Scandinavian country where you smoke weed? No.
It's Latin America. It's below Mexico.
Latin America. I would assume Argentina.
No, it's a small one. There's a country that's really popular with white migration at the minute, and it's because they're modernizing and they've legalized Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff. It's like legal tender there, and it's attracting a lot of white migration.
It's El Salvador.
It's a third world country. El Salvador, that's the one.
Well, El Salvador has a kind of more of a white-looking native as well.
Is it?
It's the Mexican and Hispanic people are really just different kind of tribes of Native American people. American cultural history is very interesting, but some natives are very, very white-looking just naturally. It's not.
It's true.
It's not really.
I mean, that part of that is. Part of that is what region of the world you are and how much shade you got historically.
Yes, but the problem with the migration, it's not that migration is a terrible thing, but England is not having, and America, we're not having healthy levels of new immigrants, that we've sustainably done for decades, which is, maybe 30,000, 20,000, 40,000 immigrants a year. America has had the statistics say 2 million, but I would assume it's much, much more vast than 2 million. 2 million undocumented immigrants cross the border, and that's terrible. But you look at a place like England, I'll Google, I'll get the amount number. England immigrants this year, it's not 30 to 40,000, right?
Have you heard? Did you hear what happened in Britain? Because they lied to us.
Jesus. I didn't hear what happened, but you have 728,000 legal migrants just this year.
Yeah, last year 1 million, wasn't it? And the government told us immigration was in the tens of thousands, and then they did a report, and it turned out to be 1 million. 1 million people turned up.
They actively want to erase their culture. Like people say, English people have terrible cuisine, and I thought it was true. English recipe, it's just I've talked to some English people, they don't know how to fucking cook. Their recipes are lost to time. I don't know, are you biblical? Do you believe, are you Christian? Are you just spiritual, Mr. Bodach?
Agnostic, yeah.
Agnostic. So I find it I don't really subscribe to the beliefs of the New Testament, but I do subscribe to the beliefs of the Old Testament pretty heavily, right? And there's an interesting quote. People like to say, well, Jesus would have kissed the feet of the poor. And Jesus likes to say, be kind to thy neighbor. Jesus, or God, also punished one of his disciples for refusing his birthright, which was, letting people into his kingdom, refusing his birthright for food. And I find that a very kind of ironic synonym for the fact that people like to defend mass immigration, saying, oh, our food sucks, we need these immigrants, we need this diversity, we need this culture, which in reality is just your home culture is being absolutely buried under dust.
But where I sort of disagree with this is this intentionally a burial of culture, or is it a side effect of previous agendas by the European government as part of like the UN? Oh, we have a right to protect other countries outside of our own, United Nations. We have to protect, potential democracies, or we have the right to go outside of our own continent in order to, protect what we see as human rights.
Well,
how much of that is unintentional side effect of that mission? There's also the idea of cheap labor, which is like not just in America, but all over the world. You bring in migrants who can work for cheap. That helps these corporations.
That's more of you're kind of. I find it very interesting for a leftist. You do sound like you support slavery a bit.
Can I've got something you guys might have not been considering.
Yeah, I would love to hear
Have you guys heard about the upcoming global population collapse?
Yes, of course I have.
No.
So, basically, the globe has now hit a tipping point where globally, I mean, there's obviously still countries that are different, but globally speaking, the human birth rate is falling below 2.1. So as a species, we are no longer creating enough babies to replace ourselves. And the powers that be used overpopulation as part of their climate agenda. So we can't tell the truth, otherwise the climate agenda unravels. And you've also got to remember, they're fully aware that in about 50 years' time, working age people are going to become very, very valuable. They're going to become a very valuable resource. And there is a theory that I've heard that they are getting ahead of that population collapse by continuing what we've always done, and that is to steal those resources, is to steal those working age people. Because what we want them to do is to come here and breed so we can maintain our population while the rest of the world's population continues to collapse. What do you think about that?
Well, that is a very interesting point, Bodach. But I agree with what you're saying is happening, but I don't think you have the right end game of the people at the WEF. The world, I mean, the people that control the world, it's the WEF, and that stands for the World Economic Forum. It's the World Economic Forum. These people aren't necessarily controlled about the birth rate, because the birth rate doesn't matter. It's not like if there's less people in the world, which we're not, we would never collapse to where, we're just, humans just die out because you don't want to fuck anymore. That would just never happen. It would just never ever happen. But
yeah, we'll just
when
shrink
the birth
as a population. We won't get extinct.
Does start to shrink, which is something that people have been saying has need to happen for years, right? That's what this leftist kind of group has been pushing. That's their ideology. This population is getting out of control. Right?
It's irreversible now. You can't. It takes almost like 30 years or something to reverse the population decline with babies. So it's happening. The population collapse is inevitable now.
So that's inevitable, which is great. And Hank, I'm going to finish my point before your follow-up question. But the actual goal is not because, we need to maintain this level of people that we have, because there's no reason to ever do that. If there are less people, and this is basic economics, then there are more resources to be shared with less people. Corporations and jobs that need to be filled would have to become, instead of employees being competitive to get jobs, corporations would have to offer vast benefits and be very, very competitive to hire employees. And a better system and a better economic situation for the middle class would actually, yes, increase the birth rate, because a lot of middle class people aren't having kids. That's what's going on right now. But this is kind of where I bring it back.
Poor people are having the kids.
So, but what race? Okay, and this is where we kind of get back to the white ethno side that's kind of happening. What race is the majority middle class that would, inevitably it would increase if the population decreased a little bit overall? The white middle class would have a more, sustainable life, and it would be easier access to kids if we had less workers. What population would have more and more and more children if we keep importing immigrants and we keep making things worse for the middle class, and we keep having more and more and more employees and less and less and less available jobs? What would happen to the white people that have lived in this, exactly like Two Smelly Fingers said, it's supply and demand. So it's the corporations that are really just wanting more immigrants here for cheap labor. So that's a point that I agree with Hank. But overall, I'm not saying it's a plot directly against white people, but it would directly hurt the white population to bring in these immigrants, and it would inevitably, yes, there would be a short-term birth rate collapse, but when the middle class becomes more sustainable, there would be more white people having more kids, which would lead to a population growth. So I will let Hank or Bodach take the point, because I've been rambling.
I'm going to follow up on that. Yes, there are conservative politicians who want limited immigration, want maybe mass deportation, as we've seen in the United States. But the fact is, they want less immigration, and we think that that will help with the white population, help with the middle class, help it grow. But at the same time, you can't do that, and at the same time, not support policies that bring up the middle class or do anything to regulate corporations or solve what I believe is to be the root cause of inequity, which is just the lack of taxes on the wealthy and lack of investment in programs that benefit the middle class. Like, you got to have your cake and eat it too. In this case, you got to benefit local politics as much as you do block foreign politics. But I really don't believe it's in the name. It's in conservative. They want to keep the system as it is conservatively, and so you can't be anti-immigration but at the same time anti-middle class. That's just my problem. They need to work on both, and I hope they do in the coming years. I got to be hopeful, but at the same time, I haven't seen it historically happen over time. So you need to do both, and I don't see a double approach, honestly, from either party.
I would obviously. I don't think. I mean, I'm not saying, Hank the Tank, that you should be.
It is
vote
global. It's not just the United States. It's a global conservative.
I wouldn't say
movement.
you should go vote for Donald. I mean, you could vote for whatever your heart. I am really under the
Green
belief
Party,
that these
Blue Party,
politicians.
Independent.
No, don't vote for the. I mean, if you want to waste the vote, then that's fine. But I don't really honestly believe in my heart. I do not believe that any politician actually wants to progress the ideas that the right, or the red pill, black pill, whatever you want to call it. I don't believe that they actually want to progress these ideas, because these ideas would be good for humanity. And historically, you want to talk about, I haven't seen it historically. That's because no politician has ever been for human beings fucking historically. And if they have, they got a bullet right between the forehead.
Yeah, or if they were, then they were pretty bad in another aspect, like FDR did with the Japanese internment camps after he got us back from the Great Depression. But even that's scandalous. I was able to recover the economy.
What you were saying with the conservatives, they want to conserve the system. I'm not trying to play devil's advocate for Donald Trump, because obviously I'm not under the belief that he actually wants to employ any of the policies that he ran on, or any of the policies that I would like.
I noticed in your Discord, you discussed how it's like, God, fuck Trump, dude. He's already going back on this claim that he was gonna make.
Yes, because I actually looked into that. So I heard a interview with him that said that he wanted to keep the Dreamers as immigrants in America, but then he later clarified, and so I am gonna play devil's advocate just a little bit. Which I know Bodach talking about American politics. I mean, I find global politics very interesting. I would love to talk about England's politics.
I do follow American politics.
I'm a big fan of Keir Starmer. He's a fucking amazing guy, right? Right?
No, he's a terrible guy.
No,
you like Keir Starmer?
Fucking terrible. No, dude. If I had the opportunity, I would definitely 100%. And I want the FBI and the CIA. I want them all to listen. If I had the opportunity to cut Keir Starmer's head off and kick it like a soccer ball and be shot after, I would take that in an instant. That would be my life's purpose, 100%. I would do that easily. But to Hank's playing devil's advocate, Mr. Hank the Tank, right? So Donald Trump did clarify and say that he doesn't want to keep any illegal immigrants, but he's going to target the criminals first, and then later have a slow mass deportation program of all the border crossings. But to your point where you said that they want to conserve the government, Donald Trump is slashing ineffective agencies like the Department of Education, which when it started, we were ranked #1 for education, ranked #1 for a lot of things. At this point, we've just seen a complete decline in our American school system after the Department of Education was founded. Which is really sucks. And you can't say he doesn't want to make a change, because he did create a new government branch. In fact, he created a new government branch in his first term, created a new government branch in his second term, but they're kind of branches that we need. He created a space defense branch, which people like to joke around like, oh, it's gonna be aliens and shit like that, but no, it's actually to protect Earth pretty much from asteroids and things of that such, which I find very beneficial for society. And then his second new branch that he's creating is the Department of Government Efficiency, which is to track government spending. And you say you can't have your cake and eat it too. Let's take New York City as an example. They wanted $5 million to build a handicap ramp. $5 million. Somebody did it for $50 at Home Depot. They took it down and they sued them. We have a massive mismanagement of government funds. If we didn't have that, I would be willing to bet we have enough actual money and GDP power to actually have some of the liberal policies that would benefit people, like free college and a more kind of accessible healthcare system.
Right.
But that problem has to start with government mismanaging funds. It has to start with these funds actually being allocated into the right places. And I know, as much as you do subscribe to the leftist ideology, they've been in power for the last 4 years and they've done absolutely nothing to address any real issues, regarding stuff like that. If you exclude the foot pardons, which were the 6,000 pardons for minor drug offenders that Joe Biden, issued, he still has 10 times the amount of pardons Donald Trump does. He still has 2,000 pardons, which is nearing the record. Obviously, he was up to some shady shit. We could probably all agree on that now. And
guys, the thing that I think is really important is that Trump fans need to understand that the guy does do bad things, and I think Biden fans have also got to understand that Biden obviously did lots of bad things too. It's like
foreign policy in particular, I'm not a fan of.
The pardoning, the Biden really pissed me off with the pardons, because he pardoned the Cash for Kids judge, which was fucking disgusting.
I agree.
And he was, but yeah, like some of Biden's policies, a couple of them, I can't really think of the fucking one now.
And remember that it's often his policies. It's ones that are introduced by the House of Representatives and the Senate that he is approved of as well. So you could expand that to include the entire Democratic Party on top of just the president. But he's tried executive orders that would allow free college, but I think the Supreme Court system, along with our general justice system, keeps more.
So that's
it's hard for him to get around it.
I believe in free education. I think education should be free to everyone at every age. So that is good.
There is there's a part of the Higher Education Act that allows a president to just cut all college funds. It's in the act, and he could literally just do that with an executive order and then tell the Supreme Court, well, there's this proposition or this section of the
Education Act that
allows him to do it, and he chose not to. Yeah,
because they have your worst intentions in their hearts. It is literally a battle against humankind, which is crazy, but it's true.
It's true. I've never seen Republicans introduce something like that. I remember, here's a counterpoint. Trump said, if anything, I want to privatize college more, and I want to increase loans more for students. We've
done this in Britain. We've done this in Britain. In the UK, we've gone balls deep in student loan that path. And what that's resulted in is basically a population full of people like what Trump's doing. Is something. So first of all, it worked. More people go to uni than ever before. So in a way, it works. More people are higher educated. But what it does result in is a lot of people working jobs that are not related to their degree, and massive amounts of student debt that never gets paid off. And now Britain's facing one of the biggest student loan bubbles in the whole of Europe, and when that pops, we're fucked. And if America goes balls deep in that direction, you will also end up with a student loan bubble, because you can't have a population entering the workforce for the first time already in 50 grand of debt.
If he doesn't want
we have that already, Bodach. I would argue it's worse in America.
He needs to cut it. Trump needs to cut it with an executive order. If he really wants to help the middle class and the younger generations get ahead in life, he needs to do what Biden started.
Well, Biden didn't. Well, this is kind of the thing. It's the party of false promises. They run on things they will never do. They run on a climate and climate change. I mean, anybody that was sensible could tell you that climate change is not a major issue, because you can't argue population density problems and also argue climate change caused by this when the global birth rate is going down. You can't argue both of those things. It's false promises that they kind of run on. Trump never said that. And I hate to play devil's advocate because he kissed the Wailing Wall like they all do. He's not a angel of any sort. But that quote is not true. He never said I want to increase student loans. But I don't know how it is with you, but with our little tiny hat banks, we have student loans, which is like, oh, you're 50 pounds, and pounds is what, about 2 American, or is that euros? Well, they're kind of close to American dollars, right?
Pounds. Oh yeah. No, the pound is normally strong. I don't know why.
Okay, so it'd be like twice an American dollar.
No, it's not that much. So for every pound we get $1.26.
Okay, so it's about 50,000 pounds is about about a little less than $70,000 in the United States. Here's the thing about the United States: privatized college and stuff like that, universities. It's not necessarily that they're the most crazy evil. It's the fact that the interest rates on these loans are astonishingly high. Astonishingly high. I have a cousin that went to a veterinarian school, right? She makes, I'll say, a good amount. I'll say about $160,000 a year. She's pretty nice, right? $160,000 a year. She's
That's
about
a middle class income.
It's nice. It's it's nice income. It's very nice. I don't think that the average income is even near that.
Yeah, that puts her in the middle class. That does. That income
It puts her in the
middle class.
upper middle class. Yeah. So
Yeah.
she has about $700,000 in student loan debt because she's obviously older and she has massive interest rates on her loans. What is she supposed to do the rest of her life? She is now a slave to debt. That is a problem. That is a problem with immigration too, because you can't want more immigrants and also want less debt. You can't want more immigrants and also want to increase the minimum wage. It just counteracts each other. It would be an absolute useless thing to do if you actually want to solve the problem. If you actually want to solve inequity, you don't bring more people in and then have the equal amount of inequity just with more competition for the average worker. That is a nonsensical term. It's a nonsensical priority, and it's a nonsensical running point that people will eat up because they just need to think about it from a standpoint other than, well, these people are poor and hungry and the Statue of Liberty's crying, we need to take them in. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't need to take them in. You are a nation, a country. Your lives and your children's lives are going to be very negatively affected by making these terrible, crass decisions that you're doing because of sympathetic, empathetic reasons, which is just it's terrible. It's just terrible. We do have a terrible loan bubble, and it's only going to be increased. The housing market, the rate of inflation, and the cost of college, and the competition and the scarcity of spots in these colleges is going to be dramatically increased with every little Pablo that comes Mexican and down the Taco fucking Boulevard into the United States.
Now, No Chill, I have a question for you. Do you want these deportations to specifically be immigrants who are just arriving in the country? Or do you think this might have a side effect of immigrants who are already working jobs, already part of the industrial sector in America getting deported? And do you think that would have
fuck out
on
of
the
here.
economy?
I've got another example for you.
Yeah, okay.
Thinking about Britain, I've had this debate before. Like, not all immigrants are the same. Like, for example, in Britain, we've got the ones that turn up on a boat, which we don't want. While at the same time, we've had 50,000 Filipino nurses come here who are highly skilled, middle-class earners who now pay their income tax here.
No,
I don't actually have a problem with that myself.
Well, guess what? Those could have been 10,000 of your sisters and girlfriends and wives becoming educated middle-class nurses. They're taking the spots.
Yeah, that's the thing. In Britain, we have a shortfall of 30,000 nurses. Our education system falls short. We don't produce enough nurses. That's why. That's a good thing.
Well, but this is also the thing. You could say, well, that's actually a good thing because we don't produce enough nurses. Let's think about this though. You probably don't produce enough nurses because, like you said before, you have very, very terrible student loans, a system that doesn't really work. You're in debt when you start off your life. What would make a woman want to become a nurse in debt just to have a competitive job with some Filipina girl that already has her degree? She's going to be competing with these women that have been practicing in another country, and now she's kind of less valuable than them in the workforce, plus she's in debt, so why bother becoming a nurse?
I suppose it's a fair point. How do you solve the problem in the short term, though, when you don't have enough nurses?
Well, this is what you got to do. I think. Well, it's interesting to say how are you going to solve the problem in the short term, because nothing's. I mean, this is all a fantasy world. We're all going to be slaves to fucking Amazon within the next 50 years or some shit like that. But you need a complete education reform. You need to deport every single immigrant, and you don't obviously these immigrants from the Philippines that are coming in, they're not illegal, are they? They're just written in immigrants that have done their paperwork.
Yeah, they go through the legal channels. Yeah,
they
get work visas. They come in on work visas.
I mean, coming in on a work visa and kind of hopping the border illegally is kind of different. I would understand that. I wouldn't probably, if I was England, I probably wouldn't deport anybody that's not illegal. I think if you let the population kind of play out, Muslims will eventually just become just a slightly bigger minority than they already are. You just have to stop importing people, for God's sake.
Yeah. The thing is about this country at the minute, which really scares me, is that our Muslim population is 6%, but they hold something like 30% of the political appointments. It's like,
okay, we have a population
overrepresented.
We have a population over here. Despite being at 13%, they represent over 50% of the crime. What do we do about them, Bodach? And how about this? Despite being 2%, the 1%, which is the top earners, the top 1%, right, are all 40% of you guess what? Despite being 2%, the top 1% is 40% little hat. So, and they're also overly massively represented in our politics as well. Trump's first chamber was almost completely Jewish, which I found hilarious. But this time, and this is what's giving me just the tiniest shred of hope, he has taken a less friendly, in his campaign at least, a less friendly approach towards Israel than before in his 2016 campaign, and he doesn't have, I think maybe he has one Jewish guy on his entire cabinet, which is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a lot different than 2016, but I still don't have hope.
Yeah, go on.
No, you go
do you
on.
really think you think that Trump, when he sees that Israel is currently invading Syria, you think he's really going to say, hey, don't invade Syria, or we're going to take away your weapons, or we're going to defund you?
Absolutely not.
No chance.
For that reason, I just have
too important. Israel's too important. It's so close to the Suez Canal and things like that. They can't let Israel fall.
The best case scenario about Israel, they're not going to fall. They're
not going to fall. They are not going to fall. Let's be very clear.
The best scenario right now. And by the way, the technology that Palestine and these groups use, it's our technology that they're fighting the wars with. We left behind. Joe Biden had one of the worst pullouts of military pullouts ever. They literally are using American-made tanks and American-made guns, which is hilarious. But
do you know what? Do you know the kit you left in Afghanistan? The Ukrainians are the Ukrainians are like finding, when they raid stash houses and stuff from Russian soldiers, they're actually finding those American weapons. The Russians are actually using the Russians have been buying that Afghan kit to then go and fight the Ukrainians with it.
Isn't that ironic? That's capitalism.
They're running out of resources. Meat grinder, dude. They're in a bad state, so they
no, they're not. No, they're not, dude. Russia's just kind of fucked. I mean, I don't know what the fuck Putin's being. It's so whatever. I mean, back to the main point. The best case scenario isn't that we take an anti-Israel stance. That'll never happen. The best case scenario is that we stop funding billions upon billions of dollars to fight these proxy wars. That is the best case scenario, and that's the only case scenario. I mean, the best case scenario would be, we say, fuck you, Israel, give us back the Holy Land, and you know what, Palestinians, you could come with a fucking Disney Express ticket if you pay nice to Uncle Sam. But the most likely greatest hope that we have is just to stop funding billions of dollars to other countries when we obviously have terrible problems with, you know, things like our privatized healthcare and our privatized education. But privatizing industries isn't necessarily bad. It's just when you benefit one massive multinational conglomerate corporation and you fuck over all the little guys when you privatize any industry. That's when it starts to become a monopoly.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Going private
You
works
regulate.
when there's competition. When there's competition, it works because you've got two competing companies that are forced to lower their prices lower and lower to compete with each other. In the case of education, what's the competition? What's the competition? Who's Harvard competing with? They're
Well,
not.
it would be,
So they
it
just
would be
basically
other
set their own
schools.
price, right?
Yeah, the way that we have our schools structured, it's like D1.
It shouldn't be a business.
It's very different, and I don't think it should be a business. But
it shouldn't be.
But it's just like it's so hard. It's so hard for it not to be when prestige is such a highly touted kind of thing in American, I guess, social
identity
standards.
society.
Yeah, I guess it's just a societal kind of prestige that comes with going to these schools. They're not even necessarily better. It's just the name Harvard is just worth a lot more than the University of Miami of Ohio or whatever.
Yeah, and without the competition, there's never going to be incentive to make it more affordable.
I
By the way, I wanted
agree.
to mention this. I found it online in an article. So basically, Trump, you know how I was talking to you about Linda McMahon like a few months ago, No Chill? Like Trump and the appointment of Linda McMahon in the past. He's nominated Linda McMahon as the
Are you
to
talking
be
Linda
educated
McMahon in WWE, Linda McMahon?
Yes, the wife of Vince McMahon, and is on trial, listing sexual advances on his own employees. She is the current education secretary in the future, so that's going to be fun.
Well,
and
that's
also,
it's also a nothing kind of role because that department's not even going to exist.
Basically, so they called Biden's attempt to get rid of student loan debt to erase. This is the secretary saying this. They called it counterproductive, unlawful, deeply unfair. So there's for the court's attempts to get rid of his attempts to completely cut student loan debt, and they're also interested in getting rid of the SAVE plan, which has basically been used to pause student loan debt for the last couple years. That's what Biden did.
Yes, but but we need all of this stuff gone.
That's not good. That's all I'm saying.
I'm still hung up on the Linda McMahon thing.
I know, it's crazy.
What's she gonna do? Is she gonna go around the schools and suplex all the kids? What the fuck is that about?
Yes, so that's very funny.
Trump's working with me, pal.
Trump
Even
and
behind
Vince
the
McMahon
cell.
have had a relationship for so many years. Trump actually endorsed and Vince McMahon actually used both of their platforms to get Linda McMahon kind of elected to whatever position she was in. She's been a politician. I don't remember.
None.
She's actually been a politician for a while.
Remember this. She was comatose in 2001. She was in a wheelchair getting moved around by Stephanie and Shane on live television. Disgusting, man. She's like Mitch McConnell, man. Her brain's gone. You can't have her in a political position of power. Her brain, she's a vegetable.
She can share a chair with John Fetterman, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Diane.
No, that is questionable. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
That does sound like bad Trump. That sounds like one of his
psychotic.
mistakes, to be fair.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
got it. By the way,
she was also in the first Trump administration as well.
Yeah. You gotta work on news show.
Linda
But
took
it
a
was nice
tombstone from Kane and lived.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy, dude. But I had to get that out of the way before I left. But nice chatting with you, Bodach. I like chatting with you
good.
too. No Chill. We've come to some understandings.
I do have to shoot. It's coming to the end of my stream. I gotta go to bed. It's been great to have you guys on, mate. Cheers for that. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, on 3, genocide.
No.
Let's exhaust the other options first, yeah.
1, 2, 3. Former Al Qaeda member. Woo!
See you later, guys.
Let's go.
All right.
Fucking hell, that was intense. Right, guys. Thanks, No Chill. Thanks, thanks, Hank. And yes, smelly fingers, mate. You could have jumped in. I'll get this sorted out, and hopefully we'll have some webcams next time, and then it won't look so shit. Great chat, but it was just me like this the whole time. Yeah, bring your webcams next time, man. You can appear in this lovely, lovely screen. Anyway, guys, I have to go. It's a night. Cheers for joining me. Yes, I'll be streaming every day over Christmas. No, sorry, take that back. Streaming every day this week until. Wait, what? Sorry. Let me stop being a retard. But oh shit, is it? Oh no, Thursday. Yeah, I'm streaming Thursday night tomorrow, and then that'll be me until the new year. Actually, no, sorry, scrap that. Fuck. Christmas quiz. Right, sorry. Right, let me get my shit together. Sorry, but I'll be streaming tomorrow night, guys. If you'd like to join me, that would be amazing. And then I'm off for the weekend. And on Monday, join me for the quiz. Please join me for the quiz. We're going to do a Christmas quiz. Everyone can join. You're going to love the quiz. It normally gets received very well. All play at home. You'll get instructions on the night. So join me 10 p.m. on UK time on the 23rd for the Christmas quiz. And then after that, you'll see me in the new year. But anyway. Time to raid. Yes, so I don't raid. Please move on to someone else and show them the same support and love you've just given me. That would be amazing. Anyway, guys, see you later. Ciao. See you tomorrow.